The companies that built the British Empire. One thing that really stands out about the British Empire is that much of it was actually built by business enterprises rather than by the British state itself. The East India Company colonized India. The Virginia Company colonized Virginia. The Massachusetts Bay Company colonized much of New England. The Hudson's Bay Company colonized much of Canada. The South Australia Company colonized South Australia. The New Zealand Company colonized New Zealand. The British South Africa Company colonized Rhodesia. Of course, the British government also played a role in colonization efforts, but much of British colonization was delegated to companies through the profit incentives of the market. My motivation for making this video is to show how effective decentralization is for a nation. Countries that empower their people to act, to make their own decisions, and to take initiative achieve far more than countries that try to control their people too much, that try to micromanage their people too much. And I think a great example that demonstrates this is the British Empire, because much of the British Empire was built by the British companies. It was built by people who had vision and who had ambition and who were adventurous, and it didn't rely on the British state too much. Of course, the British state played a role, but it empowered their people to build the empire. It gave their people freedom to explore, to adventure out into new lands, and to build the empire for Britain. And that's how the British Empire was built. It was built because the British government allowed their people to build it for them. And I think this is a great example of why decentralization is so important for a nation, and not just for nations, but for organizations in general, or for teams and societies. And it's because if you allow your people to act and to take initiative and to make decisions, then you will get the potential released from your people. Their potential will be released and they will achieve far more than if you try to control them too much, if you try to micromanage too much.